Hello and welcome back, everyone. We are going to be continuing our journey through Beyond Blue. This is going to be episode 4, and we'll see what happens and see where we go on this dive. Let's dive in. So we have our dive ready where we left off last time. If you are enjoying the series, feel free to give me a like,
Day 7.
subscribe, let me
About
know.
to enter the Twilight Zone. I'm following Andrea's family down to the seamounts where I hope to observe them hunting. Arena has been testing our samples and is worried about a harmful algal bloom being somewhere nearby, so I am to keep an eye out for that. Check. I'm also keeping an eye out for more turtles. I know they're out there, ready to dive.
And so we are. Let's dive in.
I'm in and okay.
And we're streaming.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, or welcome back. I'm diving near a seamount region, also known as the Twilight Zone, because it is just beyond reach of the sun. And we'll be taking some questions live, so be nice.
We'll also be testing a playback system to interact with whales.
So we have a comb jelly right here. Another one of our sunfish friends. Still one of my favorite looking fish. They're so unique. And we'll see if we can complete some of these scans today and actually get some more information about all of these different fish that we come across. It looks like we have a spider crab. Okay. Orange Ruffy. Hey, it's our octopus friend that keeps running around and we keep chasing. Oh, it actually looks like we did complete that one, so let's take a look. Where is it? There we go. Octopus. So we have our scientific names and the general area where we are going to see these located is within the sunlight zone, although right now we are in the twilight zone, which is below 200 meters. Still pretty cool. And the music in this, or the audio in this I should say, it's not just music, it's very like interesting and haunting. I love it. Just deep sounds. We got some spider crabs here. They did really good on the models in this too. Like, that's what I would expect them to look like just by their name. Don't think I've ever seen one in person though. Ooh, here comes one of my favorite shark species. We have our hammerhead. And this one, of course, is a scalloped hammerhead. You can see its scalloped head right here. Whereas like a greater hammerhead is going to be more like what you would expect to see on a hammerhead if you've ever looked up images of them. The scalloped one has that deviated front. Oh, and there's another one swimming over there. Now, I know we're supposed to go down there, but I'm still investigating some of these creatures. Hopefully we can get more unlocked. Like, we're almost done with the hammerheads. Ooh, a John Dory. What did this look like? Let's see if we can catch up to it. That's a pretty cool little guy. Now again, this isn't the ocean floor, this is going to be the Twilight Zone, so while there is a bottom to it, of course, there are places that will dive deeper. And in this game, we will be going further down as we explore. And taking a look at some cool different biomes.
Want to hear something cool? So do I. I'm hoping that buoy can send a little message to our humpback friends.
That's right. Andre is going to serenade some humpbacks.
Well, not me, but using a song I generated from other recordings.
And this is actually something that we have been doing in the past, is taking these recordings, broadcasting them, just to see how whales would interact. So we have an unknown creature there. A humpback whale singing. A sensor alarm. And we'll go investigate those. Although we didn't scan these guys, so we're gonna swim up here. Okay, so these are octopus squids.
Okay, time to see if any humpbacks respond to our song.
Jordan wants to know how you will know.
Great question. If we have recorded him before, we'll see if the influence of our song affected his.
Scientists believe whales from one region can influence the song of whales from another when they mix.
Hey Andre, we've recorded a song from this one before, right?
We have.
So this is our M1, which was the very first one we found in episode 1, I believe. Or episode 2. It's wanting us to zoom scan, but it's not letting me. So we'll give it a second here and see if it's just a... There we go. Now it's letting us move again. I guess we had to listen to the whole song. It didn't give us the option to leave.
How quickly can you compare his two songs?
Well, I need to wait for his song to complete at least one full cycle.
And how long is that?
20 minutes, maybe more.
Wow, that's a long, slow ballad.
So that was our first whale. And we still have a lot of these comb jellyfishes around here to scan. Takes 43 of them. So we'll be looking for them throughout the rest of the game, most likely. Here's another scalloped hammerhead, though. We're almost done with them. So we're getting close to whatever this is, so we'll just move on up here.
Squid. It looks like they're hunting...
Lanternfish.
Well called, Arena. We'll make you a sea witch yet.
I'm sorry, what?
Let's scan a few to pick up their hunting behavior. Here goes.
And then of course we have lanternfish here, which doesn't let us scan those yet. I don't know if we will be able to.
Denver wants to know if they eat each other.
Some do. I think this one was upset he missed out on his prey.
And if we scan 14 of these, we'll be able to read some more about them, because we're getting a lot of their behaviors already added to our sub, and we'll take a look at that after the dive. It's so interesting watching just how these behaviors are interpreted in the video game. I would love to see it in real life, where they've actually went out and looked at these behaviors and documented them. And I think, like, one of these episodes, we'll come back into our log here and take a look at some of the videos, the ocean insights that we have, and maybe watch a couple of those. So stay tuned for that, or if you want me to do it earlier, let me know and I'll make a special episode of it. But let's swim over here to this one. But I think we've marked everything so far. We've been pretty good about scanning most creatures that we come across. A John Dory again. Ooh, and we have a nice little school of orange ruffy. Oh, hello there. Some more comb jellies, and here's another sunfish. And a pilot fish that goes along with them.
Turtle on and feasting on some moon jellies.
That is odd. Is that the same one we saw before?
It looks bigger, but let me zoom scan it to be sure.
And this actually, like, if you think about plastics in the ocean and then compare them to these moon jellies, this is why sea life have been seen or killed ingesting plastics. Because if you compare this to like a plastic bag in the ocean, they look very, very similar. And of course, this is the natural prey of those turtles. But since plastic bags can very easily mimic this look while they're filled with water and currents, it's something we kind of have to be cautious of, which is why there was such a big concern. I know people say it was plastic straws.
I can run the sample in the lab, but I am sure this is a different one.
Do they typically travel together? Wouldn't it be surprising to find two this far off course?
Yes, it would be.
And yet, here they are.
Welcome back, turtles. Enjoy your beautiful moon jellies.
Moon jellies are beautiful. There is a decent chance this jelly will regenerate itself.
Do tell.
In fact, a few species of jellyfish are technically immortal. They can revert from being full-grown to their younger state and essentially start their life cycle over.
Thank you, Arena, who will make us all immortal one day.
And that is true. There's a lot of jellyfish out there that regenerate cells. And they have been studied for their anti-aging properties and the whole immortality that lots of people seem to seek. Just want to make sure I got them all. Alright, let's go to our next buoy. But there's actually a lot of interesting research papers out there focusing on the regenerative properties of jellyfish. Over the last couple of months, I've had to look into some of those for research projects that I'm going through for my master's. I spend a lot of time reading research papers. Alright, we've got another direction to head into. So we'll see what we can find. We're almost done with the scalloped hammerheads. 2 more. Maybe we'll finish that this episode. Yeah, the crabs are going to take us forever, though. Our roughies are almost done as well.
Great. I've been waiting for this. I have just activated your UV light.
First of all, don't mess with my suit when I'm diving. Secondly, you spoiled my surprise.
Ooh, a shark. A swell shark. So if we scan this using ultraviolet light, we'll see something kind of cool. As you can see, we turn on the UV light.
Swell sharks have developed biofluorescence to communicate with each other. Their eyes have special adaptations for the UV light. Now you can see what a swell shark sees.
That's what I'm talking about.
Underwater life is so unique. There's so many cool parts to it. Of course, UV lights causing different patterns to show up, but just in general, their biology, their makeup. Oh, there we go. It's trying to scan the last portion, and it's not letting me. Okay. Guess we're gonna have to find another one. There we go. That is one thing about this game. It's a little tricky on the scans.
In your sub.
You did not. You did install it in your dorm room back in the day. Your wife showed me pictures.
Well, uni was a good time.
And we might be able to get all of these scans completed. Unfortunately, there's a lot to scan on these. But at least we completed it, so now we don't have to worry about that. But for the objective, you got to scan all of them. Oh, actually, I think we got this one already. We did, okay. So it looks like we are done. Perfect. We can move on to our next objective then. What's down here?
What am I looking for here?
Oh, one of our sperm whale tags must have fallen off.
Andre, you really need better glue for these.
I don't use glue.
I've tracked down the tag. It's in a cave. I wonder how it got in here.
I bet we're gonna find out.
Oh, what the?
Mirai,
An octopus.
are you okay?
Other than getting inked in front of a live global audience?
You know, you might want to get that off you. It will probably attract predators.
Oh, wonderful.
That's okay. Turns out It was because of an octopus. We found out why the tag was in there. Let's swim along and see if we can find some more crabs. I really want to put a dent in that 30-something we needed. And 43 of the comb jellyfish.
Okay, last boy of the dive. How are you feeling?
Chances of suit holding out until the end of the dive? Good. Hope of seeing if our humpback song had any effect? Well,
You know this, but for the viewers, science is not magic, it takes patience.
I'd like to believe in a little magic.
Easy enough. We've got to swim out here now and see if our humpbacks want to sing to us. I think on my next episode, I'm going to see if I can find like a
Sperm whale,
legitimate
I think it's,
recording.
Yes, it's hunting. First time we'll be able to document it with Andre's technology.
And sperm whales, they communicate using clicks because the sound travels so far underwater.
Come on, come on. And then the buzz. I got it.
Raj from Mumbai wants to know, what's the buzz?
I think he was making a joke.
Got it. But what is the buzz? How is it used?
We're not entirely sure, but definitely associated with being close to prey.
This is just the warm-up. The real fun will come in the deep.
I don't even think I got to scan it. Alright, let's go swim towards our last echolocation point here, and we'll see what this dive entails. This episode might be a little bit shorter. Some of these dives are kind of short. But I'm going to try to keep them all around 30 minutes. There we have our sperm whale. Some more of our octopus squids. And now we've completed that log, let's take a look at it. The Dana octopus squid, scientific name. Oh, it doesn't let us access the other ones yet. Okay. Let's see. After maybe we'll give it a second to load. And we'll check it once we get back to the sub and see if it actually unlocks the rest of it. Because there is 3 bullet points at the bottom. Oh, what do we see here? The scalloped hammerhead and another pilot fish. But do we see anything else? A silver chimera. Let's take a look at this dude. I want to know more about them. But the deeper you down, the more unique the fish become and look due to underwater pressure. Like, I'm sure we've all seen the image of a blobfish. Well, the reason they look so funny above water is because the pressure is different up here. Whereas underwater, they actually look pretty normal. I'll see if I can add in a picture of an actual underwater blobfish back in its depth. Just so you can see the difference here in a moment. But deep sea life always kind of changes how it looks once that pressure differential comes into play. Oh, do we have some baby turtles?
Andre. Well, there's no way these little ones are thousands of miles off course. Right, Andre?
Give him a minute.
Right. Let's scan a few of these to get their gender.
Alright, let's scan them.
There's a tiny tag here. Andre?
Nope. So we have one. They're swimming away though. There we go.
Chen from Shanghai wants to know why you care about their gender.
Well, their sex is determined by the temperature of their nests. Warming beaches wiped out the turtles in this region.
Believe in a little magic now, Andre?
I may just start, but let me check on that tag first.
So that is a cool piece of information there. If you didn't know, a lot of turtles, their eggs do in fact change sex based off of the temperature of the beach that they are on when they're born. If I remember correctly, it is warmer beaches lead to more females and colder beaches lead to more males, but that might not be exactly right. It might be the opposite. I would have to double check. But there is a few more scans we are going to do real quick. All right. It looks like we've got them all scanned. Just to double check real quick. We didn't double scan that one, so let's get him real quick. There we go. Now we're done. And let's go down here and check on our sperm whales. And anything else we come across.
Oh, wow. Glad we didn't miss this.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they must have been hunting down past the rift.
I think we found our spot for our first deep dive.
Mirai, check out that one closest to you. What's that on its skin?
Not sure I can catch them. They're headed to the surface. Might just be a scrape from a ship strike.
Yeah, let's hope that's all it is.
Let's end it here. I know it seems like Andre worries about everything. But I really understand where that comes from. Everyone's seen the pictures, but I can tell you it was really tough to be doing hands-on work when we were losing entire species. For me, it was the whales. But for Andre, it was the turtles. I stayed to help him. Several of the other scientists did as well. By then, only Andre's protected nests were the ones producing turtles in the region. We all figured that the population was going to collapse, and eventually it did.
There's just
But
so
seeing
much.
this large man spend day after day carrying tiny turtles from the nest to the water, it inspired us to stay. I mean, coming back now, it feels like another world. Andre is not an angry man, Arena. He's just a man who gets angry when he sees people say it's too hard, or that they don't care at all.
Yeah.
That is one of the biggest struggles to conservation. There's just so many people out there that just don't get it. We have all of these species that are disappearing under our watch. And so many people don't care, they don't try to care. It's one of those difficult things where it really strikes a nerve with me. I know this is a video game, but these kind of things are happening day in and day out. People are out there trying to conserve these species that no one cares about, or that they just think it's too impossible to keep in control, or they think the one method to fixing the problem is this way and they're not open to all of the other possibilities. It's such a difficult thing to see all the time. Like I said, I researched so much of this stuff just in my own time. It really bugs me. Going back to what I was saying about the straws. Yes, we know it's not the straws that are causing the biggest impact to sea turtles or other marine life, but it is part of the problem. There's not a one solution fits all. We're never going to be able to completely conserve every species out there, no matter how hard we try, unless everybody gets on board with it. And there's just so much going on in the world that conservation is falling on the back burner yet again. And this is kind of really why I decided to do these kind of games on stream and on video here. Because there's parts of this you probably never would have picked up this game or even looked into it until it comes across your page. But this is something I've been passionate about since childhood. I've always loved just wildlife. I've always wanted to be a biologist. I didn't quite go the biology route, although yes, I have studied quite a bit on biology. I did more for the ecosystem side, and that's kind of where my love came into play. And I see so many people just not care. I've tried to talk to people, and they lose interest because it's not the most interesting topic going on in the world today to everybody. So if you are hanging out and you are enjoying this or you want to know more, leave questions for me. I'm always happy to answer questions. Give me some comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me some of your favorite species. But let's go ahead and wrap this one up by finishing these stream highlights.
Hi, Mirai. Sorry to miss the post-diet brief. I've been listening to our humpback recordings for hours and got myself in a kind of funk. Actually, I started listening to the humpbacks and then switched to Miles Davis. Anyway, I don't see any clear sign that our playback influenced any of the other whales yet, but I just know we're on the right track. I'm sorry to be in such a mood. Don't know what to make of those turtles or what's going on with our sperm whale family. Right. Catch you in a bit.
Alright, so that does kind of finish up this episode. We have been going for a little while here. I don't think it's quite to the 30-minute mark. Oh, no, we are just a little bit past it, so I think we're all set. Again, like I said, if you have any questions, you like watching this, you want to know more about my expertise and my opinions on these things, or you just enjoy the nice quiet dives in the ocean, like, subscribe, catch us next week. I plan on loading up an episode every Thursday until we finish the game. From there, I have a couple of other games to jump into that follow the same theme. I want this, like, Thursdays to be kind of an educational theme to games. There's one I want to play that's more based on, like, genetics and how breeding different genetics into species causes evolution and the change in, like, overall perceptiveness. And it's actually a game called Niche that is, or was designed for high school kids and middle school kids to have something that they might be interested in be a learning tool. And I will load that one up and see what we think of it. It is actually a pretty difficult game because there's a lot of aspects to it that you have to remember and figure out. But I have quite a few games like that I want to bring into this channel. But we are going to finish up Beyond Blue before that. Thanks everyone again, and don't forget, like, subscribe, leave some comments, let me know how you feel. Have a wonderful day.